Hi guys, welcome back to the debater, and today we're going to talk about Lucifer from season 1 to season 6 with me, Grace, and with Emily here. We're going to talk about our thoughts from throughout the whole season and our reactions to it. Hope you guys will enjoy this video.
This is part 1, where we will be focusing on seasons 1 to 3 of Lucifer. Part 2 will come out soon, which will talk about the rest and will include a Q&A. So we'll start off with season 1.
So just to recap, in season 1, Lucifer Morningstar, aka the devil, who is a former ruler of hell, has decided to take a holiday to Los Angeles, and he opened up a nightclub called Lux, and with his right-hand demon, Mazikeen, who is also known as Maze for short. However, when an old friend of his got murdered, he teams up with a detective called Chloe Decker, and he joins the LAPD and becomes a consultant to punish sinners in Chloe's cases. At the same time, his older brother, Amenadiel, from heaven is trying to get him back to hell, no matter what it takes. And season 1 was it was okay for me. I mean, not like other seasons, but it had a good start. It gave you kind of like a feeling of like what this show is going to be about, and it was quite new compared to the other shows I've seen before Lucifer. And it was quite thriller, but it was also quite supernatural, but it was also quite like fun at the same time. And Tom Ellis played really well as Lucifer Morningstar, and I think he brought out more of a cunning, more kind of like a new but like very interesting character to the screen that I've never seen before. But I think that was the whole point of Lucifer. Like, he's new, he's different, he wants to break all the rules. I mean, this is what people kind of like about characters. They're like rule breakers, someone that kind of like encourage them, someone that trying to, like they say, inspire desires.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I feel like season 1 for loads of shows is an introduction to the characters and to really just understand what is the show going to be about. And that's the same that's happened for Lucifer as well. My favorite scene actually was from episode 1 of season 1, when Lucifer actually meets Trixie at the school. The dialogue goes like this. So Trixie goes, "What's your name?" And then Lucifer goes, "Lucifer." Then Trixie whispers, "Like the devil." And then Lucifer's like, "Exactly." It's so funny because we actually know that is actually Lucifer, like Lucifer the devil. And Trixie is she's a child. Children aren't.
Yeah.
I think you know what I'm saying. It was just such a cute scene and funny as well, because we as the audience actually get to understand that Lucifer's actually being totally serious, even though Trixie thinks he is. She doesn't really understand.
That's one of the best things I kind of like, because he tells the truth. Like, he always says, "I'm the devil," and of course people are going to think like it's some metaphor or something, but we know that he's a devil, but he likes to make fun of it. So another a scene in season 1 is the beginning where he gets pulled over by the cop, and he's trying to give him money, like just to bribe him. And I thought, okay, that's wrong, but go ahead and just see. He's a really fun character to play with, and it was really interesting to see how that went. And I thought it was because I heard about the comics after season 1. I've learned about the comics and see what similarities, and it was quite similar. Like, they're very Lucifer's very out of the ordinary, and he's blending in with humanity and with Chloe, because she's more down to earth character, and it creates a little tension, but it also sees that connection between two opposite people come together, and it was really interesting to see how their partnership grow, like from being like Lucifer, who is really annoying, and he only likes Chloe because he wants her to get to bed, from Chloe trying to solve a case. And it just shows how, and it just shows how Lucifer has seemed to kind of enjoy being a consultant, because not only he likes punishing people for their guilty sins because he done it in hell, but also he likes to serve justice because I think he wants justice for himself in a way from his background during the revelation. But yeah, I think season 1 was quite good in its own way. And next up is season 2.
Okay, so a recap of season 2. Lucifer's mother, the goddess of creation, has escaped hell and arrives on Earth. Lucifer is left trying to find a loophole in his deal with God so he can punish his mother. Maze begins a new career as a bounty hunter while we discover more of Chloe's background.
Yeah, I think season 2 has kind of improved after season 1. I think it gives them more like plots and more twists, because I wasn't not expecting Goddess to come into the show. That was really a plot twist. Like,
I mean, who
especially,
even really knew the goddess existed anyway? Like, I did not know. I don't think I
but
knew
kind of
anyway.
makes sense because you need a god and a goddess to have like kids of angels. But yeah, but it was an interesting character because we know like God from Bible and Christianity and all that, but if we never knew the goddess, so it was quite like a new character to explore. And well, she's like any mother. She wants her children to be safe. She's quite overprotective, but that's like any mother. But because she's like a celestial being, she can take that on a new level, if you know what I mean. She can be a bit manipulative, and I get from her view, but I kind of like don't really like her because of what she did over the seasons. I know. Oh, I'm gonna feeling you disagree with me.
I love the goddess. I honestly love the goddess, and I love Charlotte. Like, one of my favorite characters. Saying that, I don't even have like my 2 favorite scenes that I've put down here hasn't even got her in it, but I liked her. She's a very different character. We really do get to see that relationship that Lucifer had with his mother, and then Amenadiel's with his mother as well, and then Maze as well with his mother. But yeah, 2 favorite scenes. So episode 4, the girls' night out. So after karaoke, they all get drunk. So Maze, Linda, Ella, and Chloe. And well, maybe not Maze because I don't think she ever gets
she
drunk.
can't get drunk. No.
Yeah. And then Maze gets defensive after a woman calls Chloe a skank. And then we get that bar fight scene that we never knew we needed. We literally get to see Maze have a go at them. And we can see Linda going, Maze, Maze, Maze. I don't know. Like, usually you wouldn't laugh at a bar fight scene, but I laughed. It was funny. It was funny. And then my second one was episode 6, when Lucifer reveals his true self. So Lucifer shows his devil face to Dr. Linda after she asks him to be completely honest about who he is. And then we can actually see the shock in her face. And she is actually in shock. She just sits there and she's shaking and about to cry. Because all this time she thought it was just a metaphor. She didn't realize that he actually was the devil. And then to find out that he actually is the devil, that freaks her out. That would scare me. Because all of a sudden, you know that everything that you've done in your life, there is a God. Because if there is a devil, there's going to be a God. And then, it just puts into perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. My 2 favorite scenes in well, 3 in a way, but the first one was episode 11, on the last scene on the beach where after Lucifer and Chloe did sort of nearly had a moment. Lucifer points out all the things he thinks is that he's not worthy. He says that she needs a better man, someone better than him, but then she kissed him, saying, kind of showing that she gives him a chance. And I think that was really sweet. And I was jumping with joy, like the first kiss ever on the show. And it was really great. And the second one is episode 13, like A Good Day to Die, where Chloe's in the hospital and Lucifer has gone down to hell to find a cure, but then the goddess tried to go down to save him, and they all went out. I mean, they all went back to Earth. But then during the background, there's like this musical Unsteady, and I love that music. I thought it fit perfectly. Like Chloe is nearly at death's door, and Amenadiel is fighting to protect her, and then Lucifer is rushing back to make sure she's still alive, and it was just really emotional at that entire scene. Like brother supporting brother, because in season 1 they knuckle heads, but Lucifer and Menador just shown how they grown to support each other, and I thought it was really sweet. And it was more sweeter when Lucifer literally died to save Chloe. I thought it was cute. And a third scene that I like was like the last scene of season 2, the cliffhanger where he was going to tell Chloe the truth until he got kidnapped and abandoned in the middle of the desert, and then out of nowhere, his white wings appear, and I was like, what the hell is just happened? I mean, how the hell did he get those when he said he cut them off in season 1? And so that was season 3 ahead of us, but God, season 2 was bit of a roller coaster in a way. One other thing I did like, it was we get to see a bit more of Chloe's background, not because of like why she became a cop because of her father, but also we learn about like she has a bit of celestial background because Amenadiel blessed her parents with like a child because they were struggling, and Chloe is a miracle child, and he thinks somehow maybe she's linked to meeting up Lucifer, and or that God must have done something. But I wasn't 100% sure, but I thought, okay, so his dad has something to do with it or something. But wow, I mean, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, same here. Next up is season 3.
So for the plot, Lucifer finds his wings have returned on his back, but they came at the loss of another aspect of his identity, which is his devil face. No sooner does that happen when Lucifer finds a mysterious crime boss known as the Cinnamon has moved to LA and is trying to take over the market on granting favors. At the same time, a new lieutenant transfer to the precinct and a familiar face appears into the show. So season 3, it was a long one because there was more episodes. A few of them, like at the beginning, there were a few like solo episodes. So like episode 3 was based on Maze, which was really good. But after like nearly midway of season 3, we get to like kind of like the actual plot of the show, which involves a new character, which I kind of like. It was so it was a new lieutenant, Marcus Pierce, who was actually Kane, the immortal. He was immortal. He was the first murderer ever, and it was quite interesting to see because he's immortal and so is Lucifer, and they kind of first started some similarities, but then it came more aggressive. Like they split because Marcus was getting too close to Chloe, and I thought, oh no, this is gonna be a love triangle, and it's gonna be way bad. Everybody could see that coming.
Yeah, season 3. Yeah, like you said, it was really long, but you know, it balances out because there are some seasons that are quite short. But again, 2 favorite scenes. So episode 11, Amenadiel versus Lucifer. So we get that fight between them, that fight that we've actually been waiting for. I mean, I think we all kind of knew that Amenadiel was gonna, be the stronger of the 2, but it's still kind of pretty cool. It's like getting the fight between Thor and Hulk. You know that in the comics Hulk is miles stronger, but you still want to see that fight. So before the fight, we see Amenadiel is like getting ready to fight a human, and he calls Lucifer evil. And then Lucifer goes into the ring himself and starts to fight his brother, and he's like really angry, and he actually wins the fight against Amenadiel, who actually doesn't want to fight, and he kind of lets Lucifer win. And I feel like we really do get to see a side to Lucifer, you know? We get to see his hatred towards those stereotypes. Like we do see it like in other episodes and stuff, but we do see it here as well. We get to see the fact that when Amenadiel calls him evil, he's kind of hurt from it, and he's very emotionally vulnerable. And I guess it just also has like a really good message that can resonate with all of us. Like words can hurt. So yeah,
that was also annoying because Lucifer was helping Amenadiel trying to find his necklace, and then while all that time helping, Amenadiel still thinks of him as the evil being. I'm like, God say, just show him a bit of respect.
I feel like, I mean, I don't want to defend Amenadiel, but he is actually my favorite character, like one of my favorite characters. But I feel like Amenadiel kind of sees that Lucifer feels like he's evil himself, and so if you feel like you yourself is evil, the being called evil should kind of be like a compliment. But I don't think they ever were really that strong. I think the whole Lucifer show really does strengthen their relationship. And so we really do get to see that actually afterwards, you know, like later seasons as well, we get to see that Amenadiel actually, you know, they actually have that beautiful brotherly bond that, you know. But yeah, my second, I'm not sure if I'd call it a favorite scene, but it kind of is. But it's a very sad scene too. You probably can guess which one I'm talking about. Episode 23, Charlotte's death.
Yeah.
Honestly, very sad. I think that might have been the only time I actually teared up in the whole show. Yeah, I really liked Charlotte, and I'm really sad that they made her die so soon, even though it wasn't so soon, but you know, it feels really soon. But yeah, we see Amenadiel and Charlotte talking, and then Charlotte jumps in front of him to save Amenadiel from the bullets, and then we get that emotional dialogue between them before Charlotte dies. And then we see Charlotte going to heaven as Amenadiel gets his wings back. And it's the emotion on both characters. Like their acting was spot on. Like Amenadiel's face, you know, is like when Charlotte's dying. You can see that, you know, it's really impacting him, and you can tell this is the first time he's actually faced loss, because he's had like no human interaction before, really. So this is the first time someone he cares about deeply for has died. And also, I just want to point this out because I'm not sure if anybody else feels the same, but the song in the background, Ashes by Claire Goresso, I think that's her name, is so beautiful. Like the song, one of the quotes from the song, "You are my North Star," actually just so beautiful. Since then, I've actually been listening to other songs, so do check it out. Like honestly, so beautiful. And sorry, one more thing. So I'm getting very chatty about this now, but I saw recently she's doing some merch, and one of the t-shirts says "You are my North Star," and
Whoa.
I'm tempted to get it. I might get it, you know. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. That was great. So I have a couple of scenes that I really liked. So I think it was this is quite late. It was episode 21, where so the whole episode is about anything Piers can do, I can do better. So basically Lucifer is trying to show Chloe that Piers isn't a good man, especially after he broke Chloe's heart, and Lucifer got angry. This was in episode 20, but I love that scene where he was furious. He got really upset, even though they're not in a relationship, but I mean, romantic relationship, but Lucifer deeply cares about Chloe. But in 21, where he after he did a romantic scene in the penthouse, and then Chloe got really upset when she figured out it was just for just to show up his. It was heartbreaking. But then at the end, he finally gets when Linda asked a question of what do you truly desire, and he answered, I want her to choose me, because he actually have feelings, but he can't say the word, for God's sake. And when he finally went to her house and Piers was already there proposing, and she said, like, I'm like, no, wrong time. And he's out there. He saw the whole thing. I was like, no, this was so upsetting. Oh, it was just so sad for Lucifer because he couldn't say the words, but when he had the chance to, his moment was taken away. It was really, it was just so sad for everyone. But my favorite scene throughout the entire season 3 was episode 24, the attack in the final battle where Piers and his men, one of them shot Chloe and Lucifer shield Chloe with his wings. I thought, what an epic scene, because that it was really, we never get to see that full shot of like how his wings were how they were used more instead of flying, but it was so incredible. And then afterwards he flew down and fought them one by one. And then when it comes to Piers, it was really intense but so amazing at the same time. And then he got to Piers, and then we saw his face flashing with flames, and we saw that his red face was coming. And when it did appear, Chloe was right behind him, and she saw Lucifer as the actual devil. And that was the biggest cliffhanger ever. And I thought, like, yes, she knows, but like, no, wrong timing. Because she could have seen his wings and saw that he was like an angel, instead of like seeing him, not like just as a devil, but like she saw him killing a man. And it was the worst timing also because Fox cancelled Lucifer right after that cliffhanger. So it was, and I was so thankful that Netflix picked up the series. But that was an incredible cliffhanger, because I thought that was the best one, like, out of all of them, because
in the whole show.
Sort of. I don't want to say anymore, but I would say it's
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I have a pretty good idea. I guess we'll get to that one.
But it was so brilliant with all the shots, like slow motions and the fight, the wings. It was really a great battle to watch.
So we've reached the end of part 1, which went through Lucifer seasons 1 to 3. But make sure to stick around for part 2, where we'll continue going through Lucifer, so from seasons 4 to 6, and we'll have a Q&A too. So stay tuned for that part. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and make sure to click on the notification bell to stay up to date with our content. And we'll see you soon for part 2 and for many of our other videos too. Bye for now.